Let's create a phonics sort using Explain Everything. Once I'm on the home screen, I want to click the plus in the upper left-hand corner to start a new project. I'm just going to pick the first template that's available. I don't want a white background, so I'm going to show you how to add a shape and lock it down as the background. The fourth item down is your Shapes tool. So it's the little rectangle and circle. I'm going to click and hold, and I'm going to pick the square shape. I'm also going to go down to the bottom to my colors, and I'm going to click on the blue, and there's a color wheel. I'm going to pick like a nice aqua color for my background. Once I've picked those two things, I'm just going to click on my project, click and drag, and make a rectangle. Once it's created, I'm going to stretch it out so there's no white space so it looks like the background. This little eye with the dots around it, when you click it and you click any object or item, it lets you set as a background, lock it, bring it to the front or back, arrange the items. So we're going to set this as the background. The next thing we need are some text. So you can click on your font and pick different fonts, different point sizes, although you can stretch and condense your text boxes just by using your fingers. But once we get our first text box going, we got to remember to change our font color back, otherwise it'll start as the blue, same as the background. And I'm going to start typing my text boxes. Now text boxes start out large, so you want to drag the corners and make them smaller, so once you have a lot of words on your screen, they won't overlap. You'll click the check mark to get rid of it, and click on the A again to get your text box, and type all your categories. We'll shrink that, click the checkbox. Once you get your text in, you'll see you can just click and drag. Now, these are my categories, and so when the students do the sort, I don't want them to move the categories. So again, I'm going to click the little I with the FR, and I'm going to lock those text boxes in place. And again, I'll do that with the G. Now, I've already started a project, so I'm going to skip to that, and you'll see here I have all my categories at the top, and I've put an example of a word that goes under each of the categories. Those are all locked down, and then I've done all the other text boxes and actually piled them on top of each other. The last thing we need to do is to bring in a picture to cover those text boxes so the kids can pull them out to sort. You can use any picture you want. I'm clicking on the left-hand side on the paper and plus tool on the toolbar, and I'm going to choose an existing photo from my camera roll. You can take a picture of something or get it from the, save it from Safari or any other image search or photo find app. Once you bring the image in, you can edit the image. I am picking the lasso type of tool at the top, which allows me to cut this out. I could just pick the square of the dog and be done with it, but I just want to cut him out from the white background. And then I'm going to click Done in the upper right-hand corner twice. Now my dog is superimposed on top of my text boxes. He's the last thing that gets put on, so he's on top. I'm going to make him just big enough to cover the text boxes. I'm going to click the eye, click on the dog, and I'm going to lock him down. Now this project is ready to go because the students can come up and pull out a word, put it under the right category. Oh, I got 2 G's in a row. And continue on until they've finished. Now at this point, they could save it to Dropbox with their name so you will know that they've completed this project, or they don't have to if you don't need it for an assessment. Also, you need to save this in a Dropbox folder so it'll be accessible for the children at any time. So we're going to call it the name of the lesson. We'll say it's SL28, and I'm going to click Save. Once it's saved, I'm going to go back in and export it. Now I'm going to export it to Dropbox. I want to export it as a project because that means it's still able to be moved. The text boxes will be able to be moved as opposed to a movie. And you're going to pick a folder. I'll just pick my folder, but you could create a Phonics folder to put this in, and then you just click export. And the upload was successful. So now if there was a Phonics folder and the students came in, they would come into the home screen and click the piece of paper and the plus. They would select Dropbox. They would go to the appropriate folder and pick the right project. We called it SL28 and open that project up. And be ready to go.